You're born into danger. Warm, soft, quiet. For half a second, you think this is safety. Then you hear it, scratching, right above your nest. Not gently, not slowly. Something big is looking for something small. And congratulations, that's you. You're a mouse, a snack with legs. And the first rule of your life is simple. Move wrong once and you don't get a second try. Subscribe for brutal animal survival stories, POV, no mercy. Your eyes are barely useful. Your ears do most of the work. Your nose does the rest. Because out there, everything leaves a smell. And most of those smells want to eat you. You crawl over your siblings, they squeak. You hate them for it. A loud mouse is a dead mouse. Oh, look. Someone above the wall, crack just stopped moving. That's not silence, that's focus. So you press your belly into the dirt and freeze. Not because you're brave, because stillness is the only camouflage you can afford. Seconds pass, then a shadow slides away. Nice work, but don't relax. Because hunger arrives like a tax collector, and it doesn't care that you're scared. Your stomach pulls you forward, out of the nest, into the open. Every step is a gamble, every sound is a confession. You find a crumb, a pathetic little piece of something stale, and you grab it like it's treasure. Because to you, it is. You chew fast. Too fast. Your teeth click. Tiny sound. Huge mistake. Wait a minute. The air changes. The room gets colder. A cat is nearby. You don't see it. You feel it. Your muscles go tight. Your tail stiffens. Your heart starts punching your ribs. Then you hear it. A soft, lazy step. Predators don't rush. They don't need to. You sprint anyway. Your paws slap the floor. Your crumb flies out of your mouth. So much for breakfast. You dive under a cabinet. Dust explodes into your face. Behind you, a thud. Then claws scrape wood. The cat tries to hook you out like you're a coin under a couch. You press deeper, smaller, flatter, and just when you think you're safe, the scratching stops. That's worse, because the cat isn't gone. It's listening, so you don't move. Not an inch. Minutes crawl by. Your legs cramp. Your lungs burn. Finally, footsteps fade. You survived. Not because you fought back. Because you were boring. That's mouse life. Victory is not being noticed. Now you need water. Because your body is rude like that. You follow a smell trail. Metal, damp, rotting wood. A drip, drop, drop. You drink. And for a moment, everything feels normal. Until you notice the floor smells wrong. Sharp, plastic, human. Uh-oh. A trap sits nearby. Baited, waiting. It's not even subtle. It's basically shouting, "Free food." And your brain, unfortunately, is basically shouting back, "Yes." You creep closer. You test the air. You test the ground. No movement, no vibration. So you go for it. The instant your whiskers brush the bait, snap. The bar slams shut, just behind your head. You flinch so hard you nearly throw yourself into it. That was close. You back away, shaking. And now you understand something important. Cats hunt because they're hungry. Humans hunt because they're annoyed, which is somehow more terrifying. And humans don't stop at traps, they upgrade. One night you smell peanut butter again, except this time it's sitting next to little blue pellets. You don't know what they are, you only know they're everywhere. You take one bite. It tastes fine. That's the problem. Because poison doesn't need to scare you. It just needs to outweight you. Your stomach cramps. Your mouth goes dry. Your legs feel heavy like someone filled you with a sand. You stumble toward water. Any water. And right when you reach a shallow dish, a giant hand appears. A broom slams the floor. The whole world becomes wind and noise. You launch yourself under the fridge as bristles scrape inches behind you. Later, you find a glue trap, a flat board that smells like food and lies. A smaller mouse is stuck in it. Still alive, still trying. You watch it for half a second, then you leave. Not because you're cruel, because if you stop, you join it. Later, you find seeds in a corner. Tiny jackpot. You eat, you hide, you repeat. Your whole day becomes a loop. Find food, avoid death, pretend you're not exhausted, and then the night arrives. This is supposed to be your advantage. Darkness is your blanket, but darkness is also where the real monsters clock in. You move along the wall, low, quick, and then you hear wings, a soft flutter, a whisper of air, an owl outside, watching the ground like it owes it money. But now you have a new problem. Rats. Bigger mice with worse manners. And they don't just want your food. Sometimes they want your space. Sometimes they want you. You spot one near a stash. It turns its head slowly, like it owns the night. You back up, because you are not fighting that. You can be brave in theory. In reality, bravery gets eaten, and rats aren't the only ones who notice movement. In the grass, the ground smells like warm coins and wet leaves. Then the smell changes. Dry, dusty, reptile. A snake has been here. You don't see it until you're too close. A thick coil beside a stone, perfectly still. Your brain screams, run. Your body says, don't you dare. You choose running, the snake strikes. Air snaps shut behind you like a door. You zigzag, slam into a burrow, and collapse inside. Your heart hammers, nice work, but don't celebrate. Because even when you escape predators, you collect problems. Fleas, ticks, mites, tiny vampires that live on you like rent-free roommates. You scratch, you groom, you lose sleep. And sleep is when you make mistakes, so you retreat. And that's another why it sucks point. Even when you find food, something bigger usually gets to keep it. Days pass like this. Short wins, long fear. You get faster, smarter, a little meaner. You learn the map. Every safe gap, every pipe. Every place a shadow moves weird. You learn when humans wake up, when lights turn on, when the kitchen becomes a war zone. You become a professional ghost. And then one day, you meet another mouse. You sniff. You circle. You do the awkward dance of survival romance. And now the story shifts. Because life isn't just about you anymore. It's about the next litter. You mate, you vanish, you don't cuddle. Mouse love is efficient, cold, like a business transaction with squeaks. Soon there are babies, small, blind, loud, and you feel something strange. Not joy, not pride, pressure, because you know exactly what this world does to small things. You bring food. You risk the open more. You push your luck. And your luck starts pushing back. One night you sprint across the floor, and the cat is already there, not chasing, waiting. You slam into a turn. Your paws skid. The cat swipes. Pain flashes. A claw grazes your side. You escape. Barely. And you realize that you're not getting slower because you're tired. You're getting slower because you're older. That's the late-stage curse. You survived the baby phase. You survived traps. You survived poison. You survived birds. You survived bigger rodents. But time? Time hunts quietly. Your jumps are shorter now. Your sprints burn more. Your hearing isn't as sharp, and the world notices. Because predators don't need you to fail completely. They just need you to fail a little. One night, you go for an easy crumb. The kind you used to steal with your eyes closed, you chew. Your teeth click, and instantly, a shadow blocks the light. You turn. Teeth. Breath. A low purr you feel in your bones. You run. But your legs don't explode forward like they used to. They hesitate. Just a fraction. And that fraction is everything. The cat lunges, air tears, claws rake. You slip into a crack at the last possible moment. Your body shakes, not from fear, from effort. You lie there breathing hard and it hits you. You can do everything right and still lose. Because being a mouse isn't about winning. It's about delaying the inevitable. And the cruelest part? Somewhere nearby, your babies are growing. Learning the map, learning the smells, learning the fear. They'll think they're building a life. But really, they're just entering the same loop. Find food, avoid death. Don't get noticed. Over and over and over. So yeah, Why it sucks to be born as a mouse? Because from your first breath, the world doesn't ask who you are. It only asks one thing: how easy are you to catch? And if you want another POV survival story like this, tap the next video. Trust me, this one's insane.